I will tell you all where we're going so that after all the stories are finished, you'll know. We've been using the Dare to Care manual all semester, which basically is the principle of how can you make another person walk in your shoes? How can you dare them to enter your life and care? And you just saw 3 absolutely remarkable, very, very different ways of just taking you into a world. And I was so spellbound, I don't even think I could do the Dare to Care thing right this second, but just have to absorb all these incredible and moving, deep stories, and stories that take us into another place. At the beginning of the manual, on the second page, I speak about how writing a book, and by the way, we all imagine writing a book, even though some people may, some may never, but you could hear how these really felt like beginnings of books. And it's a little like being in a rowboat on a dark, stormy night, and you can't see where you're going, but you kind of feel there's a light on the opposite shore, and you kind of don't give up. You aim your front of your boat towards that light on the opposite shore, and sure enough, the people go to bed and you're nowhere near home, and you don't want to capsize and give up. So what do? You pick out another light that's sort of close to it, and then that light goes out, and then you keep doing that. Eventually, you do get home. And these students you're hearing have been writing for 1 semester, but their journey is only just beginning, really. So I'd like each of you, the students who will be reading and then the students who chose not to sort of think, if you had to imagine your final scene at this moment, what your light on your opposite shore would be. What would it be? And we did that a week ago at St. Joseph's College, and one of the girls who started a very hard, sad story said she'd be hiking with a friend in the Rocky Mountains, and it would be 2 degrees, and she'd suddenly realize that she accepted her life after having a really, really hard time. And it was just a beautiful ending. But then the next student said, but my life isn't that happy right now. I just crossed the border recently by myself. I'm not sure. My family isn't happy yet. What is? And then we had a long talk about, does the ending of a book or a story have to be resolved? Does it have to be happy? Can it ask a question? Can it be heartbreaking? And each of the young people had a different idea. And I wanted to herald all of you into the summer of writing that Helen was talking about, just thinking about that. Like, if you continue to write, what's your dream closing scene? And do you want it to be where you suddenly ask a question you never dared to ask before? Do you want it to be a scene where the reader's going to say, we've just got to stop this from ever going on in this world because it's too cruel, it's too heartbreaking? Do you want it to be a kind of resolution? So as the next group of readers, and the next group will have 4 people in it, as they come up, just sort of everyone keep thinking about sort of where your story is going and what you'd like it to be.